Or in the between the guys for a while. So I finally am doing something different. So today we are going to be playing a mod. This is the Ninjago 6. This is the Ninjago palladium mod. Basically, it just adds weapons, armor, and abilities from Ninjago. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to become Morro in this because I just love Morro. I'm sorry, but out of all the ninja, Morro's just better. I know I might be slightly biased, but I'm sorry, I just love his design. So anyway, so let's get started now. I'm going to create a new world, and we're just going to kind of mess around with it. So let's do that. Now, there are obviously some steps we gotta take, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, then you know what steps we probably gotta do. If you don't know what I mean, well, let me explain. So how to become Morro, you need to do two things. One, you need to have the elemental power of wind. As we all know, Morro is the elemental master of wind. Besides the new one in Dragon Rising, but honestly, do we count her? No. I'm sorry, she's just not good. She sucks. I'm glad that they did bring Morro back in Dragon's Rising, but honestly, I hate the fact that they pretty much instantly killed him off. Again. I was very sad, I'm very annoyed, and I hope they brought him back. But also, I have not seen the new season, so I cannot say. But anyways. But yeah, so first we gotta get the elemental power of wind, then we have to become a ghost. And that step is a bit interesting. But I will show you how to do that. So let's begin. Judging by that beacon sound, that means that we have the choice to choose an elemental power. And I am correct. So, obviously, we gotta choose elemental power of wind. Sorry if it's a bit laggy. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, let's see if that worked. Kind of, not really. Anyways, so yeah, now as you will see, we have two abilities. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I am Riku. But yeah, so we have V, which is a tornado ability, and we have B, which is a flamethrower slash just blowing. Now I noticed that when you crouch with the flamethrower, you pull enemies into you, while uncrouch, you push them away. Anyways, another ability you'll notice we have is V, which turns our hands into wind hands. I really don't know what this does. I have no clue. I can't figure out what it does, so yeah. I will note that if you try to use your wind hands and grab onto anything weapon-wise, it does not work. So unfortunately, you cannot do that. But as you'll see, we can fly with the power of wind, which makes sense. We control the wind. So yeah, you can pretty much fly all around. And yeah, so now let's do two other things before we begin. So I'm going to use slash experience, add my name, and just a fountain. Or, hang on, I'm not going to add it. So now I just give myself experience, so I can get the elemental dragon, and then I gotta real quickly learn Ninjago. So how you learn Ninjago is by getting elemental essence, which are found throughout the world in Wu's monastery. You need 10 of them to buy an elemental scroll in Ninjago. But of course, since I'm free, I can just do it for free. Yeah. So now that we have that, we just right click in our inventory and we will get the scroll. Now, how to get the scroll of Airjitsu, of course you need to go to the Temple of Airjitsu to get it. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. Now, there's of course all the armors if you want to become, say, a ninja. Now, for me specifically, I'm doing a specific armor. You can either become a ninja, you can go to the Digiverse, which is really cool. There's many cool things about this mod, and it is well done. However, I definitely would say be careful with procedures because it can sometimes get a bit goofy. And then, of course, you have all the golden weapons. You have the combat staff. You have the katanas and weapons. You have fang blade. I don't know how you get this. And then you have mag weapon. I don't know how you combine them all yet. I don't fully know. Of course, you have the elemental blades. Now, these only have the fire, ice, earth, and lightning one, so you cannot use wind to them. You have the techno blades, which are used to hit the overlord, and then you have something which I found really, really interesting. That's cool. The obsidian blades. Now, if you don't know where these come from, remember playing on PS2, Legend of Zelda Pal Ronin? This is one of the obsidian blades, along with obsidian weapons, and that was surprised when I first saw it. Anyways, then you have some artifacts. You have bells, you have crosses, you have bows, which are completely broken staffs. You have knives, bows, swords, and arrows. Now, of course, the dual weapons are extremely cool to see because each weapon, of course, has its own armor. You have the sword essentials, which are essentially weapons for specific ninjas. This is essentially a weapon. I have no idea exactly what it's called. I don't know why it's named Ninjago. And there's no specific copyright right now. And there's no Ninjago at all. You have, of course, the retro katana, Magenta blaster. You have the steel staff, which can take away elemental powers, and of course banish you to the forbidden realm. No, the Neverland. Sorry, or no, the Neverrealm, not Neverland. Neverrealm. It's very interesting, and then of course you have the style of forbidden Jitsu. So I'm guessing you take an anvil with this and the scroll of forbidden Jitsu and combine it into that. And then you have the Iron Metal Fist for metal powers, Nature Staff for nature powers. You have the Lightning Daggers, which I don't really know what they do. I think they're just lightning daggers. You have the Sub-Zero Staff, which is used to enhance Sub-Zero powers. You have an Explosive Shuriken, which I'm guessing are for ninjoids. You have a Deep Stone Katana, which is really interesting. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's nice. You have a Red Katana, which I'm guessing is probably for like Prime Empire or something. Or the Ninjoids. You have a Ninjoid Blade, which are, as said, Ninjoid. You have Wu's Staff. You have the Crystallized Golden Weapons, along with a Blaster. You have a Flint-Knock, which is a very interesting choice of weapon. So this is used with gunpowder in your offhand. You have a Sitar for the elemental power of sound. You have this Storm Spear, which is really cool. And then you have the Obsidian Spear, which is to bring back lost memories. And then, yeah. And now the items. So you have essences, elemental essence, you have fire essence, earth, lightning, and ice for the 4 ninjas. You have a blood bottle. Now what the blood bottle does is that it reverses the effects of some of the other bottles, such as Hiscolin, Constrictor, Venomari, Fangpire, and Hypnobride. You have creation to gain the elemental power of creation, destruction to gain the elemental power of destruction. You have darkness to become the overlord, which is really cool. You have a gear bottle, which I don't really know what that fully does. I would have to see for myself. You have Devourer Venom, which I'll show you. You have the Fang Blades to awaken the Great Devourer. And then you have stuff to craft fabrics. You have Traveler's Teeth for the Underworld and the First Realm. You have the Allied Armor of Zur, which is really cool, and I'll show you that at Morro. You have the DR. I don't remember what DR stands for. I think it's Digi. You have Brown for the elemental power of Brown. You have Steel Ingots. You have Chrono Steel, which actually can give you an elemental power. I believe of Absorption. You have a Sub-Zero Shard. You have a Dragonian Potion, which turns you to a Dragonian. You have the Skull of Hazardur, which basically allows you to become the Skull Sorcerer. You have the Storm Essence. You have the Formling, which allows you to transform into different creatures. You have, of course, just Traveler's Teeth for food. And you have the Void Crystal, which I think comes from defeating the Overlord. You have the Book of Spells, which is used by Klaus, the apprentice, or the sorcerer apprentice. Yeah, the sorcerer for Master Chen. You have Golden Membrane. You have Vengestone Dust, which, if you know, if you hold Vengestone, it deletes your elemental powers while holding it. You have Traveler's Teeth for the First Realm, Vengestone. You have Elemental Power Remover Potion. This is how you remove elemental powers. And then you have the Ninja Glider, which basically is just a glider. You have some blocks, so you have a Fire Elemental block, you have Earth, Lightning, and Ice, and of course Energy. You have an Ancient Instrument, which I don't fully know what that does. You have an Altar, which is used for the Devourer in the city of Ouroboros. You have a Broken Statue, which I'll show you the statue. You have the Digi-Chair, which if you put on the Digi-Goggles and then crouch on the chair, you'll go to the Digiverse. You have Digital Blocks, you have Energy Cubes, which are from Prime Empire. You have a Storm Elemental block. You have Vengestone Ore. You have a Sand block. I think that's probably for like specifically sand powers or something like that. You have Vengestone. You have Dirt. You have Moss, which again, probably for powers. You have a Dragonian Head for if you became a Dragonian. You have a Vengestone Steel block, which again would probably take away powers if held. You have Ice and you have Gold, which again probably for the manifestations of the powers. Now, some other things to note are spawn eggs, which are there's nothing specifically for any of the creatures here, so you have to find them and make sure they don't die. I forgot, is there anything in here? No. Food and drinks, I don't think there's anything. Nope. Combat, there is this key, the Fugitive Energy key, which I don't know why it's in here. It's very interesting. You have an ingot, you have the Storm Essence again, and then you have the Staff of Destruction. Tools and Utility, nope. Oh yeah, this is Christmas, I forgot. The chests have been changed to be Christmassy themed. Functions. Ah yes, here we go. So the only thing that's different that you'll notice is the skeleton skull, which all the skeletons in the world are now skeletons from the undead army of Garmadon. And then you have the Borg statue, which if you right click it while it's in your hand, it will destroy and you'll get all the digital stuff based off from Season 3 rebooted. Nature block, I don't think there's anything specifically in here, didn't think so. Colored blocks, nothing. Building blocks, also again, nothing. Now of course there are some other mods in this, but I'm not going to really go over them all. So yeah, now you saw me glow, which is when I used the Scroll of Air Jitsu. So now, hang on, let me do something. So now when you like crouch, you'll notice that my end has a little air thing above it, and when I click N, I do it. Now you only do it for a limited amount of time, so be aware of that. And then of course when I click M, I summon my Wind Dragon, which isn't the right dragon for Morro, but it is nice that they include it. Okay, So now let's begin looking for the next step of how to become Morro. So give me one sec as I need to do something. So real quickly, I need to do /locate and then structure, and we're looking for the Temple of Air Jitsu. Sweet. So then when we teleport to it, bada bing bada boom. This is the Temple of Air Jitsu. So let's enter it. So of course the door is closed. Now there's not much in here. I'm pretty sure there's probably supposed to be some unique paintings, but sometimes when the thing loads in, it will get deleted. So beware of that. But yeah, there's not too much to the first floor. Pretty basic. Was that? There's gravel. That's interesting. And then of course you'll see up here there's a ghost. I think it's supposed to be sensing. I don't know. And then there's this book here, which is oh, I didn't read this. So once you press the button, run as fast as you can. If you don't leave in the time, you will be cursed with a ghostly body. That's interesting. I didn't know that was there. But as you know from the show, Cole gets turned into a ghost because he didn't leave the temple fast enough. And then of course up here is just a lookout kind of area, and it's one way to escape. However, I don't think you will get the scroll from that. However, we don't want to leave, and we want to become a ghost. So we're going to click the button, and we're just going to wait for a few seconds. And after a little while, eventually, you will become a ghost. So 3, 2, 1. Yep, we are now a ghost. There's probably a way to count it down, but I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, now you'll see that we have an ability to swap, and we can become, and we have ghost powers. So we have V, which makes us translucent and can face the block. We have N, which makes us disappear. Why was I holding up a painting? That's weird. And then, yeah. So yeah, so once we leave, you'll see we get the scroll there, Jitsu. But yeah, now there's one other ability, but first we need to put on the ghost armor, and also we need to unlock the rising dragon. So there's ghostly flight, and there's ghostly weapon. The ghost weapon are these two ghost blades, which you cannot access in the menu. And I don't really know, what do these do? They just... Okay, so they're pretty much just blades. They don't really do anything special, but they look really cool. I thought they would do something special, but not really. But yeah. Anyways, so now it's time to become Morro. So first, let's get the armor. Now, you could do another thing, which is if you grab the Deep Stone Energy suit, and then of course if you want to complete the full set, you're going to want to grab one of these you want to grab the black shoulder pads. And then now there's another thing you could do, which is if you wanted to grab the allied armor. Now, as we see, it does get destroyed in the show, so beware if you rather not want to wear it, if you want to go for that other one. But if you want to do the first Morro we see, then yeah. Now how to put on these two is you have to click this little kind of star button up here, and you get this menu. So then you just put on the shoulder pads on the body, and this on the back. And boom. And then now, when you put on the energy one, you'll notice that it gets turned into the possessed energy one. Which is really cool, nice detail they did. And boom. You are now Morro. So yeah, now you are Morro. Okay, so now let's grab the weapons that he normally has. Well, ish. More that I normally have. Because the only weapon he tends to have is just the Sword of Sanctuary. But I also tend to give him the Arrow Blade just to fit with the season. And of course the Staff of Forbidden Spinjitzu to show you the other Spinjitzu. So when you hold the Staff of Forbidden Spinjitzu, your eyes will glow white, and of course you'll gain the little hair top piece. And let me just show you normal Spinjitzu, which is, if I click N, it's not a medium tornado, but when I hold the staff, go. And then of course the arrow blade, you just throw it, it always comes back to you just like a shuriken once it touches the ground. And then this, if you were playing with other people, would show you their moves, probably giving you the right time to dodge. I don't know. I really don't know how this sword works fully because I'm pretty sure you need another person. Anyways, now let's go look around for a little bit. So over here, like I said, you'll find the monastery literally everywhere. It is everywhere. It's the easiest thing to find. Kind of the same with the Temple of Air Jutsu, but not as much. So of course you can just enter the monastery, and over there you'll see Sensei Wu, and you'll see the ninja's bedroom. So white over here is for Zane, the light blue is for Nia, green for Lloyd, red for Kai, black for Cole, and blue for Jay. And then of course up there in that crate is where you'll find the elemental essence. And like I said, to get this scroll Spinjitzu, you gotta talk to Wu over here, and you need 10 of them to get the scroll. Now these, you cannot spawn him naturally, you have to find the structure. But yeah, so that's one of many structures you'll find throughout the world. There are other structures, so keep an eye out. So we visited at least 2, but I'm going to show you the rest of them. So I'm going to use /locate, structure, let's see, what's a good place to go to? Let's go to the Anaconda tomb. So the Anaconda tomb looks like this. A giant kind of like claw fang. And of course, if you open it, you'll release Pythor. And killing Pythor, you'll get his fang, which I believe you can use to make the fang blade. But I'm not sure. And then of course, you have the element, and then you have his staff. What? Ow. That was weird. But yeah. There's no natural way in. You literally kind of just have to break your way into the tomb. Unfortunately, there is no like lever, there's no trick to get you in. Now, I was hoping that we could find the Lost City of Ouroboros. But unfortunately, no. I could not find it. What is this? That's just random. Not gonna question it. Anyways, next, let's go to the next tomb. The next tomb on the list is the constrict item. So you'll find this giant snake tomb, and this one, again, you do kind of have to break in, but not really. You just go straight to the top, and then you just kind of gotta dig into here. And once you enter, boom, you'll find the constrict guys, which are a lot taller. Normally they're pretty short. And you'll see this custom thing. You can ask long as normal. Again, it's very weird and very annoying. Now, preferably, you probably want to land in this water poo. Actually, no, there is no way. So, be careful. And then you open the chest, and you have the constrict guy staff. I'm only going to show you some of the secrets. Specifically the ones that I know won't try to shit. Anyways, next tomb. The next tomb is the Fang Pirate tomb. Let's put there. And as you know, the vampires live in the graveyard. So you open up the tomb, head in on it. And yeah, like I said, sometimes the paintings will get destroyed. So as you wear that inventory, they have their staff. Each tomb has their staff with them. Next tomb is the Hypnoblast. Oh shoot, where am I? Okay. Well, luckily, since I'm a ghost, I can just phase through walls. If I can see. Hang on, I'm gonna get myself real quick. There we go. Okay. Okay, give me a sec. I'll get out of here. There we go. Okay. So yeah. They're pretty tough to find because their whole face is covered in snow. So let me go over to game mode spectator to kind of show you it better. There they are. Venomari too. Oh shoot! I forgot. Oh, I forgot. As a ghost, if I touch water, I die. Shoot, I can't believe I forgot about that. Whoops. Yeah, that's one disadvantage to being a ghost. You touch water at all, you die. Even in creative, I forgot. Gosh freaking dang it. Oh, I can't believe I just forgot about that. But also, that was just unlucky spawning. Jeez. I was not expecting that. Jeez, that was just unlucky. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? There it is. Anyways. Sorry. Jeez. Yeah, I forgot to mention, even in creative, if you touch water as a... Actually, I didn't even know that. That's good to know. Anyways. Please do not drop me again. Okay. Thank God. So, definitely be wary. Yeah. I was still floating. What do you mean? Oh my God. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna clear up this so I can get my stuff. Not, you know, dying. That is incredibly annoying. Oh, how did that get in here? Okay. Oh. Jesus. Okay. Very irritating to deal with that. I just got rid of both of the boots. Okay, give me a sec. Jeez. Hey. Quite annoying. Anyways, after that little fun incident, so yeah, now you'll arrive at this. Oh, no. So definitely be careful of that. I did not know that even in creative, you can still die. How about you couldn't? Oh my God, the entire entrance was flooded. It's still flooded. Why is it so flooded? Oh, give me a sec. I'm gonna do something. Hold on. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so pretty much you'll just come down here. You can break this, but honestly, I would not suggest it because then, well, they'll be free. And then you have Ninjago, and of course you have staff. But yeah, that's very irritating. So anyways, definitely be careful of that. Let's get out of here. Okay, so let's go to Ouroboros. Or, actually, let's see where we could go. The only view there is, as long as I can't find it. Cave of Despair. No, can't find it. Let's go to the Cloud Fortress then. Okay. Okay. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. Can't do. Could do. Okay, well let's just go to Ouroboros. So at least I'll get me a wit from this. Where am I? Ah, perfect. But yeah, so around the world you'll also find the lost city of Ouroboros. Which of course, if you know from the show, it's basically a giant gladiatorium. Why is there water? Out of all the Ouroboroses I could have gone to, of course it had to be one with water. Anyways, so yeah, in the show, it's pretty much kind of pretty bland. There's not too much to do here. I think it's not meant to be. But yeah, so you have the giant snake head, you have the entire seating arrangement along with the ritual circle, which if you grab the fang blades, which as you, so like I said, so I'm pretty sure how you use it is you need a fang. Where are the fangs? I forgot. Fangs. Nope. Where are the fangs? Are they here? No? No. Oh, here they are. Fangs. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you take these and you take, let's do Hypnobrite. So with it in your, and then, no? How do you, oh, shoot. Okay, well I actually just need to go, oh, shoot, no, my dog. I accidentally did the thing with the allied armor. Whoops. Anyway, so yeah, you'll spawn a wolf, an iron golem, and a dragon. I don't know why the name's Greg. Okay, so it's not with the fangs. How do you... So then how do you get the fang blade? Okay, well... Hang on, let me real quick take off the allied armor. And let's figure this out. How you make the fang blades. Ah! That's how. So yeah, you literally just hold... But how do you make the fang blade? That's the question. Is it like something you craft? How do you craft this? How do you get the... I'm so confused how you craft that. Because I don't know if it's something you can craft. Okay, hang on, let me see. Oh, that's a katana. Let me grab a fang real quick. This. Anyways, an iron rod? Maybe? I'll grab that just in case. Now let me grab a crafting table. Or, do I need an anvil? I don't know. Let me grab that. Let me also grab this. I'm gonna try to grab fang blade. So, give me a sec, this may go a bit rough. What the frick? Huh. Fang in iron rod. Now, how do you make the fang blade? Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna look at something real quick. Now that's piqued my curiosity. How do you get the fang blade? Forgive me this question. How do we get armor power? How do we get darkness? No. Get fangs. Craft them into fang blades. Hold. Okay, but it doesn't say how to get a fang. How do you craft the fang blade? But I was right. It does have something to do with the fangs. So that's why these fangs drop them. But what do you use with it to craft a fang blade? It's not iron rod. Then what? I don't see anything that says like blade. What happened? Hang on, let me check. I do not. How do I need to update this? Ah, there's some new things. Interesting. I'll take a look at that. But first, let me add, okay, well, I guess I'll learn it later. If it will work. But, there was an update, so I'll check it out later. But anyways, unfortunately I cannot say how to do it for right now. But, anyways, so when you have the 4 fang blades, you just right click this. What do you shift up? Hang on, let me... Hello? No. I need... What is this? City's destroyed. Or is it because I'm using go? What the heck? I don't know what's up. Or maybe I just can't do it because I'm a ghost. I don't know. Okay, well let's go find a different one. Let's go find a different Ouroboros. So that's Stricti Tomb, and Khan's Right Tomb. That Stricti are amazing by him. Anyways, while I'm here, may as well show you this ability on the dragons. So this ability allows you to travel between realms. So right now we're in the realm of dragons, aka the first realm. And of course there's the Guardian here, which... Why is there one? So yeah, here's the Dragon Hunter base, which honestly is kind of sad. Like, jeez, this is your base, and there's only like saddles, some bones and cobwebs, some bones, which basically is interesting because they hunt the dragons. So like that's stuff to help you tame dragons, I would guess. But yeah, so you'll see a lot of the bases around here. Over here is the statue of Thunderfang, which is another boss you can fight. So by getting 5 prismatic blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And putting them all in this chest. Now that we've done that, when we flip this, there he is, Thunderfang. Basically a giant dragon. Very hard to do. Okay, hang on. And there we go. He's defeated. Now, defeating him, I believe, grants you an elemental power. I don't remember which one, but I knew there was like a specific one that required you to defeat him. Again, like I said, I don't remember which one. But yeah, as you will see, there are many dragons around the world. You have Nether, you have Fire, Ice. Hang on. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. So, yeah, you have an Aether, you have the End, you have Fire, Frost, Forest, Ghost, Ice, Nether, and Water. So how you spawn them is you just place this down, right, and you right click it, and after a little while, boom, and we're off. Give it a sec. Unless it needs like specific requirements. It might need some specific. No, it doesn't. It just said it will take a while to hatch, so probably after like a little while, eventually it will hatch. But honestly, I like my dragon better. But yeah. Oh right, I don't have the allied armor on. Oh wait a minute, I heard it. Beginning to hatch. Hang on, wait a minute. I just saw something. What's this? Fear element, decay element, and misfortune element. Oh! That's actually really cool. So when you defeat them, you can get more elemental powers. I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool. Jeez, you take so long. But that's actually really cool. Okay, so I could either get fear, decay, or misfortune. I'll go with fear. So what abilities does fear have? Shatter Spin and Forbidden Spin Jutsu? Or Forbidden Flight? Shoot. Okay. And then we have Forbidden Flight. Any other powers? And then air. Okay, leave it. Oh yeah. I just killed Greg. No, Greg. So, what is that? Okay. So I can still do air. That was pretty cool. But I can't do shatter spin. Oh wait, I have the thing of the Forbidden 5. Also, I just realized I didn't have 5 boots. But yeah, I have the thing of the Forbidden 5. That's really cool. So wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, I forgot the samurai axe. Oh. Okay, so wait, do I have to put on the wolf mask to do shatter spin? Okay, hang on, let me get the wolf mask. So I shouldn't have to wear this, right? No, I guess I do. That's the fear dragon? That just looks like a fire dragon. Hmm. And then if I fly. No, I can't. I think I can't do it because I have. Wait a minute, no! I lost my spinjitzu. Maybe that's why. No, I still can't do it. What the heck? Huh, that's really odd. Oh! No, that's really weird. I can't do it. Okay, hang on. Let me drink. I forget. How do you... forget how you move... Oh, right. I forgot. Huh. That's odd. I can't do anything. I can't do shatter spin, but I can do the senjutsu. It's very odd. I can't do wall crawl. Okay, hang on, let me figure this out. Also, I just realized that I am no longer Morro. Oh yeah, I forgot the owner here. Okay. I am confused as heck. Okay, hang on, let me go back to the real world. No, yeah, I'm still it. I wonder if I can't do it because I'm like good. Okay, hang on. How do I unbecome a ghost? I forgot. How do you unbecome a ghost? Fly to Y level 255. Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. Oh, I'm no longer a ghost. I wonder if maybe I can't do it because I haven't... I'm so confused. Oh yeah, I forgot you were still here. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it right there because I'm just confused with what the heck happened. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Actually, I might do another one today. I'll think about it. But anyways, see you all in the next one. Peace out.